Oh my Lee! It's the breakup that shook the internet over the weekend. We're talking about Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, who split after less than a year of marriage.
Words from Miley Cyrus's rep that I hoped that we would never hear.
Yeah.
So Miley's rep tells ET that Liam and Miley have agreed to separate at this time. Ever evolving, changing as partners and individuals, they have decided this is what's best, while they both focus on themselves and careers. We want to bring in our producer, Brianna, who is in the control room joining us. B, did you see this one coming?
I did not see it coming. I was at dinner and I almost dropped my phone when I saw the news. It was crazy. I was shocked.
We were all at BeautyCon and we were literally on our phones and we're like, did you just hear? What is going on? What? Why?
It was like Britney and Justin 2.0.
Well, because we're talking about the fact that they have been literally married for less than a year. I believe it's been 8 months since that December 2018 wedding. Not to mention, on and off dating for a decade, you guys. For 10 years on and off.
To remind you guys, they, of course, met on set of the last song years and years ago. This photo right here is from their wedding, which was literally, like Denny just mentioned, not too long ago in December. So I think that is what really comes as a huge shock to a lot of people, is just how short their actual marriage was when their relationship in its entirety was almost a decade.
And again, because we've been through this with them in particular, obviously this is different because they were actually married, but they split before. I mean, the first time was in 2013 and they were engaged then.
But they were married then. It's always different when a split comes when you're married.
But that's my point. It's like, I thought this was it. I'm like, they did it. They found each other. They found their way back to each other. This is it. They're in it forever.
And then comes Lake Como. So you guys, just before we got the confirmation from Miley's rep that Liam and Miley had split, Miley and Caitlyn Carter were seen making out in Lake Como, Italy, which these photos, I'm not gonna lie, shocked a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. We'll get into it in a second, but Caitlyn Carter is, of course, Brody Jenner's ex-wife. And so a lot of people were confused right here.
This is literally how Miley got her groove back, y'all, okay? Wasting no time. Now, it came as a shock to us, but apparently it did not come as a shock to Liam. A source tells ET that, first of all, Miley and Liam are very recently separated, and Miley's behavior is no shock to Liam. In fact, they say that the last several months they've been talking about taking a break. The source goes on to say that Liam's been frustrated with some of her antics, and in turn, Miley claims she, quote, needs her space. This seems to be a pattern in their relationship.
While no one knows what was that exact moment that caused the breakup or what it could be attributed to, a lot of people, I feel like, especially on social media, question whether those said, quote, antics could possibly be, go back to those make-out photos with Caitlyn Carter and Miley in Lake Como. And I do want to say that the girls are vacationing or were vacationing in Italy. Brandy Cyrus, Miley's sister, was also there with them, but yes.
But again, I think just because of how quickly, like, obviously it sounds like they've been separated for a while now, but then just see how quickly she's getting back on the wagon.
You know what's so interesting is I was looking at Miley's social. She has not posted a photo or video or anything with Liam since Met Gala. Met Gala was what, back in May? June, July? That was 3 months ago.
And I have to give a shout out quickly to Lauren Zima, though, because Lauren pointed that out too. She goes, should we be worried about Miley and Liam? This was just a couple days.
Zima, we blame it on you. You spoke it into existence.
The news broke. I'm like, you manifested this. I mean, it is really, really crazy. And obviously, as you can tell from those Lake Como pics, Miley's just being Miley. But what's Caitlyn's deal is the question, you guys, because Caitlyn's steamy makeout sesh comes less than 2 weeks after she split from Brody Jenner.
Other than Brody Jenner's ex-wife, who is Caitlyn Carter? You guys, she is a 30-year-old style blogger, also a founder of a skincare line. We've seen her briefly on the Hills. She, has a tremendous social media following. A lot of people follow her for style tips and fashion inspo and all of that, and want to live vicariously through her.
Who doesn't?
Then being married to Brody Jenner.
And she was married for a minute with Brody. They got married in Indonesia in June 2018. I should say they've been together for a while.
I was going to say, what you talking about?
No, yeah, they got married in last June. You're right. But they started dating, Cass, in 2013. got engaged 3 years later. And then, look at this. Look at how cute they were. And then in August, they both announced that they split after 5 years together.
But you know what's interesting about their split is it seems to be very friendly. In fact, a rep for the two told ET that it was an amicable separation.
Right.
And that quote, they love and respect one another and know that this is the best decision for their relationship moving forward.
Even though they were together for 5 years and wed in Indonesia, a source close to the couple did tell ET that the two were never legally married. So throw that wrench in. Super complicated. Are you guys catching all this tea?
Okay, it's something else that you gotta keep up with too is also how the two couples know each other. So there's Caitlyn and Brody, and then there's Liam and Miley. The two both live in Malibu in California here, but a source tells ET that the ex-couples are friends.
Yeah.
The four of them have spent time together in Malibu, and in fact, the source tells us Brody and Liam are both into surfing and are friends. And from those photos in Lake Como, looks like Miley and Caitlyn
are super friendly.
Are super friends.
I was going to say, when it comes to Caitlyn and Miley, though, that source did say that Caitlyn has always been a fan of Miley's and they've known each other for several months, but the two of them hooking up is very new. You don't say.
You don't
It feels
say.
very, very new, but so new
And
that
it feels a little fishy.
Exactly. It begs the question, guys, is this all a stunt? Because I will say, some people seem to be basking in all the attention, including Brody Jenner. Brody seemingly broke his silence on Instagram days after those late Como PDA pics. He posted this photo.
With the caption, "Don't let yesterday take up too much of today." But here's the best part is like the comments that ended up flowing after this post. So Brody's fellow The Hills co-star Brandon Thomas Lee, he commented on it and said, "Let's round this scandal out and post a pic of us making out." Brody commented back saying, "Watch out, pics of Liam and I holding hands on the beach coming soon. Don't you worry, Miley saw all of this."
Miley!
She commented, tagged Brody and says, "Go take a nap in your truck and cool off. Hot girl summer," because of course she has been blowing up social media with hot girl summer, and
As has Caitlyn.
they both are having a hot girl summer.
Also kind of dragging Brody a little bit because you guys will remember that first episode of The Hills reboot, Caitlyn and Brody were fighting over the fact that he was sleeping in his car. So she's like, "Go take a nap in your truck, bro."
Speaking of The Hills, like, I mean, people are questioning now, will we see this play out on the show, on
I hope
MTV?
so.
And if it were up to Spencer Pratt,
Yeah.
he wants it to happen. So he had quote tweeted the news of the photos of Miley and Caitlyn kissing, and he says, "Season 2 of The Hills is gonna be incredible," which again kind of adds fuel to the fire of, is this some type of PR stunt?
Right.
I had friends of mine texting me asking, what's the deal? Like, is this all for publicity? And I, honest to God, I said, I don't think Liam would do something like
Right.
this. He just doesn't seem like the type.
Right.
He wants to be excluded. He wants to be excluded from this narrative. You know, he's like not into that whole reality TV scene. He is an actor.
That's fair, but in Miley's defense, I think she's just having a little fun, and that's exactly what a source
Yeah.
tells ET. In fact, apparently none of Caitlyn and Miley's friends believe it will be a long-lasting relationship, and they say that she's having fun, and for Caitlyn, it seems too coincidental that she's hooking up with a huge music star when that's what she wants most for herself in life, to be famous.
And
This,
didn't
according
you-
to a source.
And didn't you notice something on Vogue with Caitlyn?
Yeah, she recently told Vogue magazine that a huge selling point for her to join The Hills reboot was because it would be good promotion for her business, for her skincare line. So it does seem a little fishy. It really, really does.
A little.
I know, it does.
Guys, I
but,
don't even know how to react right now.
but I actually just think it's a summer fling and they're having a little fun.
Yes,
the timing is suspect.
Right.
But I think Caitlyn needs this clout way more than Miley does. Don't you think,
Oh,
Rihanna?
100%.
Oh,
I don't
think-
know about that.
you think Miley's collecting some material?
Well, you know, Miley's last album, She Is Coming, or her EP, I don't think it was necessarily like as much of a hit as she expected it to be. And, you know, she's getting ready to work on some new material. I think she's about to drop a couple more EPs before the year is out, so she might be looking for some new material.
It's so funny though because I remember
know.
you flagged this, Brianna, her song The Most.
Yes.
Off that EP, right? She's talking about her relationship with Liam, and the lines are really telling now that this is all played out, right? Like, how many times have I left you in the deep, and even when I can't stay, even when I run away, you love me the most. Maybe the signs were there all along, guys.
I know Miley can be a little bit extra sometimes, and that's just who she is, and we've grown to love her for
Remember
that.
this thing?
But I don't think that she needs this to propel her music career. I really don't. But speaking of the music career and new material, the big question is, where are they now? And you guys, Miley Cyrus is in the recording studio.
Wasting no time.
Wasting no time. I feel like she's got Adele, Taylor Swift, all those Ariana Grande, all those queens on speed dial right now. She took to Twitter with this photo earlier today. Yeah, no caption. Right. She didn't tell us, what's going on. But, of course, our brains, our wheels got spinning in our brains. We're thinking heartbreak album, heartbreak song, the next hit.
You came in like a wrecking ball. I'm ready for this new Miley now. Is that bad? All the best songs are heartbreak songs, are the sad songs.
That is true. A broken heart leads to top of the charts.
Speaking of broken hearts, Liam Hemsworth for himself was spotted in Australia in Byron Bay.
Eating his feelings,
guys. He was there getting some froyo, some yogurt with his brother Chris and his kids. A source tells ET that Liam loves Miley.
Don't do him dirty like that.
I forgot his name now. Liam loves Miley and is hurt, but he knows that she does this. Miley's behavior is no shock to Liam. He is hurt, but not surprised. But that photo of him in Australia getting yogurt is kind of telling.
Yes, he looks a little sad. He looks a little bit disappointed here, but you know what? He may be eating his feelings, but you know what he's also doing? He is getting that revenge body going. He just posted this on Instagram earlier this month. It's he and his brother Chris working out. Look at that body.
Yeah.
This would
Revenge
be enough for me if I was Miley to get back with Liam right there. But you know what? I mean, a lot of people are asking, do you think because they have broken up once, when they were engaged, got back together, will they get back together again? Well,
they do, I swear. My heart can't take it.
Same. I literally have anxiety right now. It's like palpitating. But a source did tell ET that Miley and Liam love each other and always will. Most of their friends feel they'll be back together.
But should they though? That's the question.
I know. I feel like at
should
this
they
point,
get back together?
Not if it's according to the song that you flagged.
Right.
Exactly.
When she says, "How many times have I left you in the deep? Even when I can't stay, even when I run, you love me the most." Maybe it's time for him to move on and.
Well,
Liam, I'm right here.
Right, exactly. I'm right here.
Are y'all trying to shoot your shot already? Let the man heal.
I've been trying to shoot my shot for a decade, you guys. Do you remember when Miley was filming the movie LOL? Well, it was in Michigan, and I may or may not have tried to go to set just to get a glimpse of that Australian beauty right there.
I get it. Well, if there's one thing that could bring them back together, it's their damn pets, you guys. Let me remind you,
There's
Miley
a lot of them.
and Liam share, 15 pets together? 7 dogs, 2 mini horses, 2 big horses, 1 pig, and 3 cats. So the question is, what happens to the pets?
Well, a rep for Miley did tell ET in the same statement of their split, they still remain dedicated parents to all of their animals they share while lovingly taking this time apart. Now, if you remember back in, I believe it was November of 2018, when the California wildfires were rapid around here, Miley and Liam lost their home in Malibu, and Liam was able to save all of their pets. Literally, he was taking a hose to the pigs to get them into crates. But Miley had told Howard Stern at that time that she had never loved Liam more than when he saved their pets. And that was in November, and then they got married. Like out of nowhere in December. So I feel like that was a reason why they decided, you know what, we've been through this together. Let's actually do the damn thing and get married. But like you said, maybe the pets brought them together in holy matrimony. Maybe they'll bring them back together this time around.
What do you guys think? Do you think Miley and Liam will get back together? Please let us know in the comment section below. All right, proof that love is not dead, though. Look no further than our MVP, the most viral post. All right, so a marriage proposal in Ontario, Canada went viral over the weekend after a man went the extra mile for his buddy who proposed to his high school sweetheart. Take a look at this video, you guys. This is the couple right here, Charbel Abalama. Sorry if I ruined your last name there. But he proposed to his longtime love, Christina, and he told me that his original proposal plans were derailed due to a security ban. And so right here is his buddy, Yael, who helped set up the new spot and saw all these extra rose petals in the bag and said, you know what, I'm gonna go big or go home. And so you'd start throwing the petals at her while she was walking down the stairs.
That is so cute. I hope that you would do the same for me or Brianna when the time comes, that you'll be in the corner throwing roses for us.
That's a real friend.
That is a true homie. He really went for it. And Charbel told me that he's known YL since they were 13. Aww. He says knowing the type of person that he is, kind-hearted and energetic, it was always in the plans to have him be the hype man at their wedding. But what's so amazing is like this moment completely went viral, and they say that they're still in shock and excited that's got so much attention. But get this, Charbel says that with all the violence and sadness going on in the world, it's very surreal to receive messages from people all around the world letting us know that this video put a smile on their faces. And it really does.
It's
I mean,
so
look at
sweet. When he throws the flowers, he kind of scares her a little bit. It's so funny.
Get you a friend like YL, okay?
See, love is not dead, you guys. And I find the irony that I'm literally wearing a shirt that says more love.
We need it. So thank you to the petal thrower for lifting our spirits in this time of grief.
All right, you guys, that is a wrap for us here on the Download. Brianna in the control room, Denny, Cassie.
Keep it locked to etonline.com for all the latest on Miley and Liam.